Test. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Expo Dubai 2020 and the Egyptian Pavilion, and also welcome to the new Capital Smart Services session. Regarded as one of the most ambitious urban projects in history, the new administrative capital and smart city of Egypt is being built from scratch in the east of Cairo. It's designed to hold 6.5 million residents and most central government offices. The doors are expected to open to its first civil servants later this year, while a monorail linking the city to Cairo is expected to be ready around the middle of next year, phase 1. Phase 1 of the residential district is almost completed, with 85% of the plots sold to Egyptian and international developers. The new administrative city aims to achieve a boom in providing services to citizens who need the establishment of new cities to accommodate the overpopulation, with the population rate expected to hit 160 million by the year of 2050. Through Egypt's new administrative city mega project, the economy will be boosted by attracting foreign investment addressing. Egypt has already planned to take the first steps early next year towards selling a stake in the state company behind its new capital city, in what could be the North African nation's biggest ever initial public offering. An offering of shares in the company in charge of the new capital project would help attract new local and international institutional investors, enriching the Egyptian market's value. And now we would like to welcome Mr. Khalid El Husseini Sulaiman, Director of Governmental and International Relationship, ACUD. And also welcome to Engineer Yemen Mohammed Shireen, Technology Project Manager, ACUD. And finally, Engineer Amani Yahya, Senior Development Engineer, ACUD. Thank you. Okay, let's start. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Hadir. Saving the battery, okay? Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Okay. I'm Khalid El Husseini. It's good opportunity to be here in Dubai during Expo 2020. It's good chance for us for the new administrative capital. I'm talking on behalf of my colleagues, Yamin and Amani, and of course, and before, on behalf of ACUD. ACUD, this is the name of the company, which the owner of the project, on behalf, of course, General Ahmed Abin, the chairman of the ACUD. It's a great opportunity for us to be here in the Egyptian Pavilion, and thank you again. The topic for today and my job today, just give you all information about the new administrative capital, because this is my job and this is my duty, and please ask whatever you need, okay? But when we finish our session, and this is our target. there is some logical question, we believe, that what about the new administrative capital? Where is the new capital of Egypt? And you know, the space, the distance, and why, and how we finance this project. So let's start our presentation, my colleague. Okay. ممكن تقعد. Okay, next. The Egyptian state thought about the new capital for many reasons. Okay, first of all, we in Egypt, especially in Cairo, we are suffering from overpopulation. Okay, we are talking about a capital or a city with more than 12 or 13 inhabitants, or a million people, okay, live in Cairo. Also, actually and honestly, we have a lot of traffic jam, and this is not the modern urban which we are seeking for. So for all of these reasons, we start to think about new urban for to be next to Cairo, and we start already in the first announcement was in March 2015 during the economic conference in Sharm el-Sheikh, when Mr. President announced about a new administrative capital. And we have a presidential declaration in 8th of February 2016. According to this declaration, ACUD, by the way, the abbreviation for Administrative Capital for Urban Development. This is the name of our company. And according to this presidential statement, we became the owner of the land because we faced a challenge. This challenge, how we finance this project. We are talking about project with a cost more than 70 or 80 billion US dollar as a new urban, as a unique one, as a modern one. And in Egypt, we believe that we need this money for education, for health, for transportation, this is not our priority, not for a new urban. And when we thought about this, we start with a declaration. This declaration, according to the law and the authority of Mr. President, we established, and we have the opportunity to be the owner of the land, and our module that we became the owner of the land, and we can start to sell the land and receive the money and spend this money mainly on the infrastructure, and start to sell the land and earn the money and spend this money on the infrastructure. Next. Where is the new capital? Before, you have to know something important. We have a political capital and we have administrative capital. Cairo is still political capital. Cairo is Cairo. Cairo with a history more than 1,000 years. So Cairo is still the political capital of Egypt, and we established what we call it a new administrative capital. It's located east of Cairo, and this map for Egypt. You can see the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea. This is the west direction, Libyan state, north, south, and east. Next. Okay, again, this is the northern part of Egypt. We can see the Nile, the Delta, okay, and Cairo. New Cairo, it's neighborhood of Cairo. It's located also east of Cairo, and the blinking red color, this is the new administrative capital. So we are showing you now the location of the new administrative capital. When we talk about the new administrative capital, so you can imagine where is the new administrative capital. Again, the Nile, Cairo, the yellow color, New Cairo. It's a neighborhood related to Cairo also, and after that we can see the new administrative capital. It's surrounded with a network of roads, okay? So it's easy to connect to reach to the new capital, go and back from the new capital, and it's already connected with the rest of Egypt. This is one most important thing that you have to, when you start with a new urban, you have to connect this urban with the rest of your country to be able to move the mass of people and works and companies and everything to there. Otherwise, you have to establish a network of roads and trains and monorails and whatever. So this is, we can see it's connected with the rest of Egypt and Cairo. We have three ring roads around Cairo. This one, okay, and the other one, and the last one. We have the old one, and we have here what we call it, okay. Here we have a ring road, and we have here another ring road. We call it middle ring road, and here we can see what we call it regional ring road. So it's connected with the rest of Egypt. Okay, next. What about the space? How much is bigger the new administrative capital? We are talking about when we finish after, it should be in 2050, about 6 million. We are suffering in Cairo. We have more than 12 or 13 million people living in Cairo. Hopefully we can move a massive people, a number of these people to the new administrative capital, also from the rest of Egypt. Egypt, we have almost about 500,000 up to 600,000 marriage stays every year. And all of these needs housing units. Also, we need a housing units, and this is also one of our reasons to establish this project. Okay. Again, we have here the new Cairo neighborhood, the middle ring road, and the regional ring road, and the new administrative capital. Okay. When we talk with a consultant, of course we have a layout, we have engineer. We have a consultant in every field, in electricity, in water, in general consultant. They advised us strongly that you have to divide your project because we are talking about more than 700 square kilometers at a total space, 700 square kilometers. In Egypt, some countries with acre on Fadan. With acre, we are talking about more than 170,000 acres, okay? Equals more than about 730 square kilometers. Actually, it's bigger than Singapore, for example. So this very huge project, they advised us you have to divide you have to make phases because it's difficult to finance the whole project one shot. Also, it's difficult to start technically with this space. So we divided our project. We divided our project. Also, they advised us you have to put some anchors in the first phase to be able to attract, all segments to make your project success. Okay, you can attract a segment of residential, which with the people seeking for residential housing units. You can attract the companies. You can attract even the people taking care with the culture, the business. So we started with 40,000 acres. It's about 250 square kilometers as a first phase, and the second phase for 47,000 acres, and the last phase 97,000 acres. Okay, and we started this project. Actually, the announcement about the new capital was in March 2015, and on the ground we started after almost 1 year because we have a lot of studies to finish to start this project. Now we are talking about 5 years. 5 years on the ground, 5 years with 40,000 acres. It's very huge space, and we achieved a lot, we believe. And you can notice that when we finish our presentation and when you show the video. Next. We're talking about the connected project. We have here the Middle Ring Road, okay, New Cairo neighborhood with the 19th Road, and we have the Middle Ring Road and the Regional Ring Road and Cairo Suez at the southern part of it's connected with Cairo Suez Road, Cairo Sokhna Road and Cairo Suez, the red one. It means it's connected already. Okay, next. Okay, it's near of what we call it Mustaqbal City or Future City and Madinati. Maybe if you have been in Egypt before, you can know that. And it's almost connected with the old urban. Next. Next. Okay, beside the roads, beside the network, the most important thing for us to be connected with the rest of Egypt, we are working now through the Ministry of Transport with 2 means of transportation, okay? It costs a lot, but we started already, we almost finished this. We started with what we called with a light train, okay? We are dealing with the Chinese in this issue, and we almost finished by the end of this year, maybe the first quarter of the next year. The new capital will be connected beside the roads with a light train coming from North Cairo to the new administrative capital. Also beside this, next, we have what we call it monorail. I saw the monorail here in Dubai, and the monorail connects the new capital with the west of Cairo. So it's connected with the east of Cairo and west of Cairo by 2 means of transportation, 2 public means of transportation, so we can move to the new capital with a mass number. Next. Okay, also the third transportation means we signed the contract with Siemens, the German company, to establish a fast train coming from city called Al-Sukhna, located on Red Sea, east of Cairo, to connect east of Egypt, to connect to end in Al-Alamein, okay, located at the north coast of Cairo. So we will connect east of Egypt with the north of Egypt via or through the new administrative capital, which will be the third public means of transportation. So it's very connected with the rest of Egypt. Next. Yeah, this is just to show you that we already received the tracks of the monorail, and we have the routes here. It's beside the towers, and we have the route, and by the end of this year we will finish the monorail and the light train. Next. Okay. Let's talk deeply with the first phase. It means what? It means when you hear something about the new administrative capital in Egypt, you have to know very well that we are talking about the first phase only, the 40,000 acres, okay? Because we have the layout, okay, for the second and third phase, but actually we started with the first phase. We started 5 years ago, as I mentioned, and hopefully we can finish the first phase with the 40,000 acres with a huge number of projects. We have more than 400 projects in this huge space. We are doing something like miracle, okay? After 2 or 3 years, maybe by the end of 2025 or 26, we will finish completely the first phase with a 40,000 acres with such projects. And after that, we intend to start with the second phase, then the third phase, to offer for the Egyptian people, Egyptian citizens, by the end of this project, 6 million opportunity to be in a new urban and modern and a smart urban, okay? Let's talk about the first phase. Okay, next. Then we still remember where is the new capital located? Located east of Cairo. Located east of Cairo again. Okay, you can still remember the map. East of Cairo. Okay. By the way, the distance between the downtown in Cairo, which we consider it in El Tahrir Square, and the downtown of new capital, it's about 50 kilometers. When you measure this on the map, but actually in the road, it's about 70 kilometers. And the distance between the new capital and the eastern border of Egypt, I'm talking about the Suez Canal and Gulf of Suez, about 100 kilometers, okay? So it's located between, economic zone in Suez Canal and the ports and the Red Sea and Cairo, and they're located, as I mentioned, 50 kilometers or 70 kilometers by car from the downtown here to the downtown of Cairo, and 100 kilometers from the downtown new capital to the Gulf of Suez and Suez Canal. Okay. So remember the location, and this is the layout for the first phase. I say that we have 3 phases, and we start with the first phase 5 years ago, still about 3 or 4 years to finish the first phase. We have a layout. Of course, we didn't make this. We have a consultant. We have engineering consultant. We are dealing with the best. We are dealing with the Dar al Handasa, for example. It's a worldwide consultant. We have many consultants, and we are paying a lot for the consultant, just for the unique design and unique and smart solution for everything, and electricity and water and in sewage and even the design. And for example, for the first time in Egypt, we started with many steps in the new administration. For the first time in Egypt, we are talking about 25% as a footprint. I mean, if you asked me for a plot, this plot, for example, 1,000 square meter, you are not be able to build not more than 250 square meter, because we don't need a jungle of cement. We need a new urban. We need a unique urban full of landscape and streets and surfaces. Okay, so let's talk about the first phase layout. We have the layout, and we are doing what the layout says. Okay, so for example, in this layout, we can see again the middle ring road, the regional ring road, and the layout. We have the yellow color here. The yellow color, except this one, we are talking about residential districts. I say that when we finish the whole project, we expect to accommodate 6.5 million Egyptian citizens in this area, in this project. For the first phase, we are talking about 1.5 million up to 2 million, according to the number of the housing units in the first phase. Okay? Do not forget, this is the smallest phase, but the most unique phase is full of anchors to be successful and be able to attract all segments, as I mentioned. So we have our residential districts, this one and this one. Forget the color, okay? And we have this and this. The yellow colors R1 or residential 1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, R7, and R8. To be honest, to finish this project with this space, the private sector will not be able to finish this in this time, okay? For this reason, we have our own policy. This policy says that we are not dealing with the persons, we are dealing only with the companies. Because we have another authorities in Egypt. It's called the New Urban Authority. It's related to housing, the Ministry of Housing. They can sell the land to the persons. Okay, 600 meters, 1,000 meters depends on. Okay, but in the new administration, we don't like this, and we are not doing this, because if we start to sell this land to the people with 40,000 acres, we will not finish our project. So we are dealing with the persons, and we have the minimum space for the residential area. For example, we are talking about 20 acres, 25 acres, depends on, but with this space. And to be honest, as I mentioned, we gave the land for this one and this one, or R8 and R7 and R8 for the private sector. The whole area, this area, located east of the regional ring road, okay, developed by the private sector, and west of the regional ring road, developed by the government. We have a housing unit, okay, and they started. Also, we have the army. To be clear, we have the army. When we established this company, ACUD, still remember that I'm talking about ACUD, Administrative Capital for Urban Development, the name of our company. Okay, this is the name of our company. Okay, when we started ACUD, we need a shareholders. Okay, the shareholders for this company, the army and the Ministry of Housing. Why the army? The army, originally this land is full of military units because it's outside in the desert, outside Cairo. So we have a shareholders, army and Ministry of Housing. The Ministry of Housing, they are specialists, of course, and they can do this open easily. And we started this project. So this area developed by the government, whatever, army or Ministry of Housing, and this area developed by the private sector. We have, as I mentioned, residential units, residential districts. For example, we have a small space for residential area. We have a big space for residential area. Just to imagine how we are, what we are doing, and how it's much bigger. Okay, let's talk about R3, for example. It's a moderate or the medium size of the residential area. This medium size, with a total space 1,000 acre and 100, it consists of, or it includes 25,000 housing units, 25,000 housing units, and can accommodate more than 100,000 people in this area. And this is the medium size, a moderate, and so you can imagine the bigger and the less, and the same space. So by the way, we finished the R3, okay, and start to sell the housing units for the citizen. And our policy in every district, residential district, should be the housing units not the same. We need a variety. I mean, we have a studios, we have a small apartments, we have a bigger one, we have a medium one, we have a villa, we have twin houses, we have townhouses. You know, this shape, this type of housing units reflects on the price. And when you reflect this shape or this type on the prices, you can attract different segments. I mean, we don't need this new capital just for rich people. And this is always the people say in Egypt, this is just for the rich people. No, we are doing our best to make it available for most of Egyptian people, but we cannot support any housing unit for any citizen cannot pay. To be honest, if you cannot pay in the new administrative capital, you will not live there. Because you know, I'm doing all of this. I'm spending more than 70 or 80 billion US dollar with my policy, with my way. In the new administrative capital, it's totally away from the annual budget of the government. We didn't receive any penny from the government. We spoke with Mr. President to support the project. No, I will not. So he said, I will not support this project. I have my own pursuit as a state. We seeking for better education. We're seeking for better health for the Egyptian citizen. We are seeking for better transportation, for better everything, but not for new urban. I will give you the land. I will make you according to the what I have with authority. I will make you the owner of the land, and you have to create your policy to develop this, to market this, to drag and attract the investors here in Egypt and outside. Just invite him to invest and make the investment smooth in the new capital. You can earn a lot of money, and can you spend this money mainly on the infrastructure and the utilities? And why utilities and infrastructure? This is our policy also. In Egypt, you know, for example, the new administrative capital, we have the land, okay, and we have the design, and we have the layout, everything, okay. We will start to sell, for example, this one, R4. We will design and we will make it many plots with many surfaces, and we will invite the investor, hey, come to us and buy here, and make your investment here, and make your compound, make your commercial project here, okay? Our responsibility to give you the land, okay? To give you the land with your borders and supply your land, supply you with the utilities. I give a pipe of water, pipe of sewage, irrigation water, electricity, cable of electricity, also the smart infrastructure and gas, everything, okay, and the roads. And once you receive your plots with a frame time, a specific frame time, it's mentioned in the contract, okay? Also mentioned in the contract, the payment terms, also mentioned in the contract, the engineering terms. You have the level of height, you have G plus 7, G plus 50, G plus 100, depends on the location. You have the basement, you have the borders here and there, okay? You have the footprints, okay? It's not exceed than 25%. This is the engineering terms. You have the payment terms. I mean, you have to pay for us. How to pay to us? The installments when you have to pay for us, okay? Also, and when you receive this plot, when you sign the contract and receive this plot, you have a frame time, and I will supply your land with the utilities and the internal utilities. This is your responsibility. You will establish your building, your project, and you will make the internal utilities. So basically, we are paying for the utilities to finish the whole land. So again, to the layout of the first priority, the first 40,000 acres, we have a residential district which can occupy about 2 million people. We have also government districts, one of our anchors, government district. What's the meaning of government district? In Egypt, we have the ministers building in everywhere, in every neighborhood, okay? We decide to gathering all the ministers with the cabinet in one area. This area is about 1,000 acres. We will gather all the governmental authorities or ministers. So we almost finished. We almost finished with a ratio more than 95%. Okay, 35 buildings for the ministers and the government authority. The cabinet building for Mr. Prime Minister, the new parliament building. We will move the new parliament to the parliament from the old place in Tahrir Square to a new administrative capital. Also, according to the last constitution or the amendment of the last constitution, we establish a Senate, and the Senate will be next to the parliament. So this building, this is what we call it. This is what we call it, the government district here, and the parliament and the Senate. We have a government district beside the residential district. We have a residential complex here, and we almost finished more than 60 or 70% of the works because Mr. President said Okay, finish your project, and I will move to the new capital. So after 1 year, 2 years, you will find Mr. President and the whole government of Egypt, the whole state in the new administrative capital. And this is what we're calling anchors, okay? Also, we have here a huge resort, okay? And we have cultural city here with a unique opera house, the largest opera house in the Middle East, maybe the second in the world, with a capacity about 3,000 chairs, okay? With the latest technology in the cultural city. We have a museum for the capitals in Egypt, starting from the ancient Egypt till now. It's a museum, it's a great museum with the original pieces, okay? Also, we have here with theaters, the opera houses and landscape and open theaters and everything. So it's also an anchors. If you taking care with the arts and culture, you can find the art and culture here, okay? Here, and also we have here what we call it, diplomatic district, one of our anchors, for example. And we spoke with many embassies and diplomatic missions in Cairo. And officially, we have been received more than 60 official requests from the embassies to move to the new capital. Of course, they will leave their places in Cairo and move to the new capital because they know this is a smart city. Smart city, of course, it's a safe city. And next to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and they need this, next to Mr. President, and you can find a new urban, a new technology in the new administrative capital. So this is the diplomatic district, and it will be unique. Next. Sorry, back again. Also, one of our anchors, we have here what we call it Central Business District. Okay, it's a plot with a 200-acre space. Okay, with it includes 20 towers. Yesterday, we have been visit Burj Khalifa. Oh, it's amazing. But we are doing half of Burj Khalifa in new, do not forget this, in new administrative capital. We have a tower, we have 20 towers here, okay? It's a hub of business, actually. It's mixed use business and hotel and residential area, like any towers, okay? 20 towers with the cost about $3.5 million US dollar, $3.5 billion US dollar, okay? And we paid this money, and we have the iconic tower in the middle with a height about 400 meters high. Also, we have here, by the way, we have here a people park. It's an open park for the people. It's next to Mr. President, just to be, the presidential, Mr. President says, Peter, I need to feel with the people and talk with the people, okay? And we have here what we call People Square. People Square, it includes the highest flag in the world. We started and we almost finished with a few months with a height more than 190 meters, okay? It will be the highest flag in the world with a highest tower in Africa, not the world, because Burj Khalifa, okay? This is, we are establishing now Expo City like this, but of course we need start when they finish, so hopefully it will be better, okay? And we have a lot of opportunities, of course, medical city, and so we will talk about the opportunities later. Next. This is, for example, the diplomatic district, and we started, I will show some pictures. We have a residential area, we have a diplomatic club, we have services here, and we spoke with the United Nations, okay? We have a mission, we have a big mission related to the United Nations in Egypt. and it's it's more than 3,000 employees working for the United Nations. The ACUD, FAO, UNESCO, whatever. Okay, and we agreed, and the head of mission in Cairo spoke with the general secretary, and they agreed, and they welcomed with this. We will give them the land, and we will start to build a huge building for the United Nations. It will be a hub of diplomacy, a hub of, United Nations in the Middle East. We are seeking to be like New York or Vienna or whatever. This is our dream, and we are pretty sure that we will reach our dream. So we will start with a huge building for the United Nations. Also, it support our mission to attract the rest of the embassies and diplomatic missions to be beside them. Also, we spoke with the Arab League, and one of the departments related to Arab League will be here with the African Union. So we are doing our best to attract most of the international organization to be in the diplomatic sector. It will be amazing. We have more than 6,000 camera and sensors and smart pools in this area, and they are very happy with this because it's always, my colleague knows that always smart city, it means safe city, and you are facilitating the life for the people. Okay, next. For example, we started this project from the scratch, so you can imagine this better. For example, but when you see the video, you feel the difference. This is the villas for the diplomats, okay, in diplomatic district. We are building now a church according to Latin Catholic because we have many many types of the Christian people. And we spoke with a Pope from, and he advised us to, we gave him the land for free, and they are now building. We have a lot of international schools, the French school and English school. Next. Of course, we are seeking for sustainable community. We are seeking for, clean energy. We are seeking, so it's obligation in the new administrative capital to cover 50% of the roof with a solar cell sheets, okay? Hopefully we can produce about 20% or maybe 17, I think, percent of the whole power needs in the new administrative capital by the clean energy, renewable energy, okay? And we plan to increase this ratio later. It's obligation to cover all for private sector. Even this is the government sector. We ask this is the government district. It's not optional. Okay, next. Okay, this is the another type of presentation. Next, we will talk about the investment opportunities. Okay. Again, we still remember the layout of the 40,000 acres. Next. Residential area. It's blinking already. Okay, 2 million people will live here. Next. Okay, government district. The presidential complex where Mr. President will live, and the government. We will gather the government here. By the way, we expect to finish the government district by the end of this year. Okay, we postponed it before, honestly, due to pandemic and COVID-19, and it was difficult to work in this environment. But finally, we will finish by the end of this year, okay, and move more than 50,000 employees working for the government from Old Cairo to the new administrative capital. But actually, we're still waiting for the LRT or the light train and the monorail because it's difficult to move 1,000 buses, for example, from Cairo to, and we have many options for the employees. I mean, we offer them an apartment or a flat in the new capital. We give them a transportation. and we give them allowance for this. It depends on. But they are working for the government, and we can move them. But just to facilitate this, it's difficult to stay your lifetime in Cairo, and you will ask you now to move to the new capital about 50 or 70 kilometers away from Cairo. Okay, this is the government district. Okay, next. Diplomatic district, next. Mixed use area. According to the layout, we have a mixed use. What's the meaning of mixed use? You can use this plot for many purposes. I mean, commercial, administrative, and residential in one area, okay? This is residential, and this is mixed use between the residential area and here. We have, this is what we call, this is the government area, and we call the government 2 or, sorry. Okay. Okay, the Gov 2 or the downtown. Next, the Opera House is here, okay? CBD, okay? By the way, okay. Medical City, as I mentioned. Next. Expo City, hopefully. We can make it better than, but by the way, we have about main route, the total routes, network of roads about 700 kilometers, but the main about 200 or something. But we have two main axes here, okay? It takes the traffic from west to east and vice versa, okay? And we have a horizontal and vertical routes. But between the main horizontal, okay, we are establishing now what we call it the Green River. The Green River. It's inspired from the Nile, of course, and we are establishing a lung for this open. It will be, inshallah, bigger than Hyde Park, bigger than Central Park in New York, because we are talking about width between 500 meters up to 1 kilometer and length more than 30 kilometers, okay? But we started with the first phase located between the Middle Ring Road and Regional Ring Road with a 1,000 acres space. Next. Next. Residential area starting from 25 fiddan or acres. Fiddan almost acre. Okay, by the way, if acre or fiddan, it's for acre, 4,200 square meters, 4,000 square hundred per meter. Average price between 4,100 Egyptian pound up to 5,500 Egyptian pound per square meter. It equals, in US dollar, it's about $300 per square meter, almost 300. By the way, we started to sell the land with a half price, because we started from the scratch without any landmarks you can see. As an investor, we have one of our investors. We fully trust in this investor. And for this reason, he is now with us, because if there is any kind of trouble or delay, he will not be here. But I'm talking about, when we start this, we start with a half price, because when we invite this investor, by the way, there's nothing to see. Just we are talking, just we are promising the investor, be with us and you will success, and you will earn the money, and you will find a unique, but nothing you can see. Now we started with a half price. After 5 years, we doubled the price. Okay, we started, for example, with 150 US dollar per square meter, and now we are talking about 300 US dollar per square meter. I'm talking about the residential area, the residential plots, because you still remember that we are selling the land, only the land supplied with the utilities. But if we talk about the commercial projects or administrative, the price will be higher than this, because the profit, or we are waiting more than the residential the residential area. Next. Next. Universities. To develop this community and to offer the services for the people, you have to offer schools, you have to offer universities, hospitals, workshops, okay, everything in this community. And for this reason, we planned for 7 universities, or 9? 11 universities in the first phase. 11 universities in the first phase, okay? We signed the contract with 7 of them, okay? And they finished actually, because we gave them the plots, 4. We have Coventry University, it's a British one, I believe. Okay, we have a University of Canada. We have a GIU, or German International University. Also, we have a global university. We have all of the international universities with a unique certificate and with a scholarship with their origin, or the mother university in their countries. Okay, you know, the average of the land, the 37 up to 55 acres with a price 4,000 Egyptian pound. It equals about $250 US. Next. Nursery schools, of course, from 5 to 1.5 fadens with a 4,000 Egyptian pound per square meter. Next. Okay, next. Mixed use. You still remember mixed use? Okay, this color. From 0.5 up to 6 acres with the prices, and this is the higher prices, for 14,500 up to 50,000 Egyptian pound. 50,000 Egyptian pound, we are talking about more than $3,000 US per square meter, because the profit or the revenue is higher here. Okay, next. Administrative, average, and prices. Next. Next. Okay, medical use area starting from 2.5 up to 45 acres with a price 5,000. It's almost 350. Next. 350 US dollar, of course. Next. Gas stations, we need services in this urban. We have a lot of gas stations. Okay, next, and the price is here. We are talking about the investment opportunities, so it should be like this. Next, commercial. The space is available, okay, and the price is next. Showrooms, next. Okay, next. Clubs should be there. Next. Okay. Hopefully, I finished my part now, and I will invite my colleague, okay, Engineer Yamin. He's IT, and he's very clever. After Yamin finished, we will show you a short video. You hear it from me now, and you will hear from my colleague, okay? Just to have an idea, okay, and to know more about the new administrative capital of Egypt. We have a dream. It's amazing dream, and we are working on this dream, and we will reach to this dream. And we believe that Egypt, in 1 decade, it will be better and better, okay? But hopefully we make it. My colleague, Yamin. تفضل عايز دي؟ Okay, you can take this.
Okay, good afternoon or good morning. Still good morning. I'm Yamin from the technology team of ACUD. I want to, and I wish to be talented like Mr. Khaled, and he is have a very good way to present and to have a lot of information. Now I just want to tell you a small story Our small story is about how we make this city as a smart city, and how we can go for this way. So we can start, please. Okay. When we received the instructions that the new administrative capital will be a smart city, our teams and our entities start to make the research, go for the references for the smart cities around the world, and what's the good examples, and what's the problems, and what's the pillars that help to have a good smart city and sustainable one. So we have this small definition. We see that where the smart city is innovative city that use information and the communication technologies and other means to improve the quality of life. This is the first goal. And efficiency of urban operation and services is to ease the operation. And competitiveness while ensuring that it meets the needs of present and future generations. They need to be expandable also, with respect to economics and social and environmental as well as cultural aspects. Okay, next. Okay, we have, as I told you, our researches and our environment. Our entities, they start to have the strategy. What we'll do, how we can maintain this project as smart. So we'll have many pillars to have a smart city. Okay, next, please. First one, this is the safe city. In Egypt, in long way and long time, we have suffered from a lot of problems during the last decade and before, about lot of some crimes, some problems in the streets, but we have not surveillance. So we think we need to go to the safe city using the surveillance systems. This is one pillar that we need. We need safe city for that, as Mr. Khaled said, we need to have our investment and have maybe foreign investment that we need to show to them our safe city. Okay, next, please. Connected city. When we start from scratch, we call this in the engineering the green area. The green area, this means that, or greenfield. Greenfield, we start from scratch. So I have the chance to make infrastructure with the last technology, and we have the chance to make it in a good way and to ease our operation in the future. Okay, next. Digital city. Also, we are in 21st centuries and the time is gone. So we need to minimize our paperwork. I don't want to go make anything to go to the governmental entities to finish my paperwork, to finish my bills. No, I will make digitalization for the city. Okay, next. Integrated city. Why integrated city? Because we have, as I told you, big infrastructure, and I need to make digital city. So I need many systems to be integrated together to help the citizen to have good service and speed one, and not a quick one, not have big problems. So an integrated city need ensuring the collection and the integration of data. For all the endpoints, I need to make it smart. So I need to use the connectivity and digitalization to fulfill the integration. Okay, next, please. Centralized city. As ACUD strategic vision, we'll go for the centralization of the operation and the monitoring. We make centers, many centers that will help us to maintain our goals and to reach our goals. Number 6, next please. The role model city. We need this city to be a role model for us to be to be repeated again in many cities in Egypt, maybe in smaller scales. We have more than 14 new city. Maybe we can go to make it small. If this project like it will be a role model, we can go for generalize this experiment. Okay, for the ease on the best service to the citizens. Okay, can please next. Okay, our goals. As Mr. Khaled said, we already spent more than $70 billion in the land. So sure, we need ROI for this, return of investment. So our business model is based on the revenues, new business models and new revenue streams. Next. The operation excellence, we need the better management, increasing the quality of service. So we'll show you in the next slide how we can make this better management using the centralization. Okay, next. Lower cost of operation. And better management of assets to maintain, or how to maintain my assets and have small capex and even big capex but small opex. Okay, let's go for next, last one. The citizens' experience. That's the big goal, the better quality of life for the citizen of the new capital. Okay, next. Okay, so we have this, like the main building blocks, as I told you, of the projects that will maintain or will sustain and fulfill our needs. Okay, next, please. And next. Okay, next. Okay, this is our back, please. So, thank you. We have our administrative capital of Egypt. As I told you, we have the big FTTX. FTTX is the fiber to the home, to the site, to the enterprise. So every single point is connected to each other using fiber. We don't use copper anymore. In the copper, have big problems. They have big attenuation for the signal, have big problems, and it's easy to be stolen, and they have big target for the thieves. So we'll prevent, and we prevent use copper anymore, and all our designs are going on the fiber connectivity and FTTX technologies. Okay, how can I host this service and how I control it in a safe way from the perspective of the technology? I make my own data centers. I have 2 data centers. I have one related to the CCC or for the safety, and one for the cloud, telecom cloud and such telco service. Okay, we have under this we have host, as I told you, two big projects or 2 big centers. One is the city operation center. Is related to utility management, like smart meters, the ITS, the smart pole management, the waste management, smart parking, and even he's controlling our citizen engagement platform and the lab and the app and our portal that will be used by the citizen. Our citizen will have its portal, will have ACUD ID that will let him involve and request his service and follow up everything. Even show the status of the transportation, the status of the meters, the bills from here. And the command and control center, CCC. Okay, we'll go to next, please. Okay, what's the CCC? CCC is command and control center. This is what we talk about. It's a safe city. Safe city is what we need. Everyone is safe in the streets. So we'll have about 6,000 cameras in the 40,000 acres, distributed in a way that there's no blind area between each cameras, and this will fulfill the video surveillance. And as we can see, this is our the design of the triple height hall for the operators that will work on this center. The centers contain 3 big halls. One hall for the video operators, one for the CAD, computer-aided dispatching, and one for call takers that will call if there is any problem using, because this will be managed by the MOI, Ministry of Interior, the police. These police agents, and already these police agents take a very good training for the systems. The system already we take it from we make the contracts with team Honeywell team, American company, and already the whole, I think by 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the whole will be finished, and the connections already inside is already finished. Just now we're talking about the cameras in the street and the connection between the cameras and smart poles and the centers. Okay, then another advantage in the new capital, now we'll have unified number for the ambulance and unified numbers for the medical cab and firefighting. If I have any problem, I have only one number. This number is related is received here in this triple C, and using the location of the caller, he can move the nearest car, the nearest policeman, the nearest ambulance car, the nearest medical to the citizen, or to if there is any incident or any event in the street. Okay, so also with in this triple C also we have our cameras that were already contracted with Hanul about it. Is acting like a policeman in the street. He can, and if there is any strange move in the street, I have alarms in this to these agents, and he can check by himself and by open the camera and check what is the strange here. If there is any movement, like no strange, the ones left the bag and go on, like, can make this and can detect this and take the actions immediately by dispatching the problem to the guy from the police in the street. Okay, this is the a small brief about the triple C center. Okay, let's go for next. Okay, the COC is the City Operation Center. This is related to citizen in a direct way. How? Now, as I told you, this is utility management platform. The platform, what it's used, the gas meter, the water meter, and the electrical meter. All this is provided by us. Provided by us. Why provided by ACUD? To be compatible with our platform. Our platform of the COC is a unified one through all the city. This one can manage the utility. If I can show I have my subscription to this service, I can see my how much I already consume, consumption, food or gas, and if there is any problem in the bill, everything I can add alarms on my account on the citizen engagement platform, as I told you, the web portal or the mobile app. Also, we have in the triple C, in the COC City Operations Center, we have automatic accounting system, unified payment, and access card of SU permits. In the ACUD, we have an idea to use one unified card. One unified card used to access and to payment also. We have two chips inside. It's used to access the doors in a way to make more safety, and also to be used in for the citizen of ACUD of the new capital. If he use it during or in the border of ACUD or the new capital, he have points, have more points, have like loyal points for like this. So we have for the card of unified card for the city, we have both use the access control and the payment also. Okay, we have also other smart surfaces like the smart parking, smart lighting, and the smart poles that we use as marketing and the signages, and cameras on the street, and smart lighting and dimming for the lighting. If there is any place needs more light, we can make the light bigger and like something like this. Okay, next please. Okay, again. Okay, so how I can host all this data? I host it on my data center. My data center is on the basement in the COC building. I have more than 8 halls ready to be used, and more than maybe 300 racks already delivered, and will use to host my applications. As I mentioned here, all my applications will be hosted in like the COC platform and the triple C platform in the other halls. This will be have many advantages. First, safe for me from the cybersecurity issue, from the we can say also the access control is managed by me, the surveillance is managed by me. Everything is under control, so we can host our data and safe data in this data center. Because also all the world now is talking about data center and the big data or something like this. So we are going to with the whole world. Maybe we'll try to go further. Also, our building to maintain and to keep it and really, to make it a better market for this, we take the Uptime Institute Tier 3 certification. Or this certification is related to the mechanical, electrical, plumbing in the building. If this certified, so you can some big entities in the IT market, ICT market, you cannot go and host in such data center without this certificate. If you use this certificate, okay, I can host in your, so this will profit us. Okay, if you host and you rent from me my resources, this will be ROI also from our perspective. Also in the data center, we host a very important thing. Was our BSS? BSS is a business supporting system. Business supporting system is related to that. I have one goal to one citizen have only one bill for all his services. All his services related to ACUD, the gas station, the meter, the cards, the parking, everything in one bill. This one bill can be supported by the business support system. Already you already take it and already contracted and already in the deployment phase. Also and we have the operation system support. This is related in a deep technically way. The fulfillment of the service. So you have your application and you have your service requested. So you request your service. This system maintain and make sure and assure that your system is okay and able to fulfill this service in a good way. And if there's any alarms, he will go to the system and give me the instruction to go to send my workforce management or my teams on the ground to fulfill this or to solve the problem if there is any alarm in such a SLA. Okay, it will be discussed in how we'll manage this. Okay, next please. Okay, this is the service type already. As I talk about it, we have two types: the telco service or telecom service and smart security service. Here we are talking about FTTX network, fiber to the home, FTTH, fiber to the site for the mobile sites, FT2 the enterprise, all these networks. This is already provided by my QPN network, quadrature private network. The quadruple play network. A data center service, as I told you, the hosting, not only hosting my resources, I can host your place. I can host in my hall, come and I will rent you like space for 4 racks. Go put your racks and your cage and use, but you will rent to me. You can pay me the rent. The triple play, we need the broadband service to the home. A sharing tower, we have, as we use the TTS, now the mobile tower in our capital will not every, we have in Egypt more than 4 operators for the mobile. We didn't find that everyone have one tower is suitable for us. We need our land is precious, so we have the solutions that we have one land, maybe 15 meter by 15 meter. We have one tower, and to install all the equipment for this tower, all the related equipment related to 4 mobile towers, mobile operators in the same place. Delivering to them the power, delivering to them the fiber, and also the steel structure of the tower. And also we have public Wi-Fi in the gardens, as Mr. Khaled said. We have lot of gardens. We'll use the public Wi-Fi also in this. We'll provide this to the team, to the people on the maybe the green areas and the urban areas. For the smart security service, already we'll talk about the CCTV, the cameras, the smart meter, the smart card I told you about, the citizen portal, here we'll talk about the application and the portal in the laptop, smart parking, additional signage, and etc. Okay, next please. Okay, let me. I want to show you simply what's the difference between the service of the technology between old Egypt and our special case. In the normal case, I lived in Alexandria in Egypt. I go to the water entity, and I have problem. They told me, okay, we'll see and we'll see you. They'll see, check your paper, and we'll give you reply. No one reply. So I go again. So how I need to maintain my SLA, and I maintain my operation to make sure that everyone have the better service. So I separate the service between the owner and the operator and the service provider. So if I am a citizen, I have the application. I go to application, I have problem in the gas meter. My team in my network operation center receives the call and receives the problem. From my vision, I make my contracts with the other service provider that my SLA is like 4 hours. You must reply for 4 hours. If you pass this SLA or this service level agreement between us, so I will fine you and will take from you money. So I can guarantee this. So I can go next. Next. Okay, again. So this is my way, is SLA monitoring, and again, the KPI monitoring. This will be provided by my platform and my systems. Okay, again, next. Okay, this is our start journey, and we continue. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Khalid.
Okay, I don't need it. Thank you. It's brilliant. Okay. Again, thank you for your time, and I believe we are going to see the most important part of the session today. But before that, I need to confirm that according to our target, according to our plan, we started five years ago, and we still 3 or 4 years, we achieved more than 70% or 65% of the whole works in the first phase. So we expect in few months to move all the employees working for the government. Mr. President will move, and we have a lot to achieve in 2021, like the government district, the cultural district. We finished already the sports city, okay, and this city hosted the World Championship for handball in January. We achieved 4 universities. We achieved about 6 residential districts with a total number about 8 or 9, and we achieved a lot in this case. And we believe that Expo, it's a great opportunity for us to invite all the investors worldwide to invest in our project. We have our own policy, we have our own rules, okay? Just take your decision and come to us or contact us. By the way, the business cards for all of us here, just contact us via email, via phone call, and tell me, hey, Khalid, I need to invest in your project because you told us in the Expo that you will earn a lot of money. I will find my activity in your project. You can invest in educational activities, in commercial one, in administrative one, in residential one, even in healthcare. Okay, if you be one of our partner, you can pay for your plots. You can be my partner. I mean, I can give you the land for free, and just to give you the chance to grow with your project, and we can reach to the deal with this, and we guarantee the revenue for you because we still green. We started from the scratch, and we started with an accurate way. We have many advantages in the new capital. Yes, we have the smoothest way to invest in Egypt. You will find it in our ACUD, in our project. Just contact us. Okay, I need, for example, 20 acres to build my own compound, and I will sell the units, and I will take the revenue. I will give you your land within 1 month. okay, after 20% deposit, and you have to pay the whole amount over 5 years, okay? And the prices, we believe it's reasonable enough, okay, in this urban. Just seek and search for the new capital in Egypt, and you can find all the advantage. We are the smoothest way to invest in Egypt. We are the most unique opportunity for you in Egypt. We are building a smart and unique community. Mr. President will be there. He's a leader and the pioneer. The whole government of Egypt will be there. All embassies in Egypt will be there. The cultural city, the sports city, all activities will be there. 11 universities, more than 50 international schools, smart utilities, roads without intersections. It's amazing community. As I mentioned, we have the dream, and we achieved a lot, and we will reach our goals. Okay, I believe that we reached to the video. Maybe the video show you more about what we are talking about. And I invite my colleague to start the video, the last slide.
The capital, the heritage, culture, history, and population of Egypt are all represented in Cairo. The beautiful capital, one of the oldest cities with historic events marked on its buildings and neighborhoods, shaping up to be a historic city of heritage and culture. But time passes, and the beauty of Cairo began to disappear due to the overpopulation and the urban encroachment. Therefore, a solution to the problems was thought of before the disappearance of Cairo and its beauty. Egypt is much larger than the area inhabited by the whole population. So, it was directed to extend a new artery and the new land to increase the area of urban construction to become the new administrative capital. The capital was planned on an area of 174,000 fadans, which can accommodate up to 6.5 million people, with a strategic location close to the cities of the Canal. 40% of the city is dedicated to the residential buildings, with a percentage of 15 square meters of the green areas per capita. 70% of the roofs are covered with the solar cells, and 30% of the city's area serves the business sector. %40 of the road network has been allocated for the pedestrians and the cyclists, in addition to the different transportation means for various categories. The entire city is covered with a global information network. 20 residential districts have varied in the population density to include housing for all categories, the first phase of which began with 40,000 fadans. Culture and Arts City, the Central Business District, Embassies District, the Green River, and the airport. The first residential neighborhood of 1,000 acres was completed, including about 25,000 housing units being constructed. Accommodations for every Egyptian, as the full facilities contain public services. The residential neighborhood of R2 has been constructed and finishing work is underway. The governmental district, the ministries, and the government agencies area, where the e-government applications are implemented to raise their efficiency to cover all the governmental transactions. The governmental district consists of 34 buildings for the ministers and the governmental agencies, the cabinet premises, and the Parliament headquarters. A huge cooling station is also under construction to serve all the governmental districts. The capital is equipped with a command operation center to control the utilities, and for more security, a command control center is now being built within the governmental district. The new administrative capital contains 6 network centers, linking the capital's networks with the neighboring governorates. Network Center 1 is now built. The architectural design of the capital depends on the spirit of modern times and the authenticity of the past. One office for all citizens. The City of Culture and Arts has been developed to include the Opera House and the World Tourist Area for every art enthusiast in the world. It also has theaters and cinemas. The Central Business District. The Central Business District, which includes 20 towers, with the highest tower in Africa, has been launched. The Green River, a river of trees branching around the capital with the spectacular view, gives it a clean, exhaust-free environment. Masa Hotel, built on an area of 10 acres, was also inaugurated as the first project in the capital. It has a tourist resort, an industrial lake, a conference hall, a mosque, and a large mall. A group of international universities is being set up, and the first university at the capital has been inaugurated. An international airport was also built on an area of 33 kilometers to facilitate the movement of ambassadors, investors, and the visitors from abroad. And the mosque was built inside the airport. The main road network. The main road network is connected to a network of 650 kilometers of main roads, provides extensive roads designed to accommodate the population density inside the capital and avoid traffic congestion. Facilities networks established with the latest global technologies to be modern and integrated with the facilities of water, electricity, and communications within the tunnels to facilitate the maintenance process at any time without drilling or disturbance. Siemens. The power plant centered by the German company Siemens. The first station in Egypt and the Middle East to be established with the latest air cooling systems using 12 giant fans. The mosque and the cathedral, built and finished by Egyptian hands, to echo the voices of prayer and peace. More than 2 million Egyptian workers are building a new world, aiming at developing Egypt and its citizens. Every hour and every minute in the capital, a part of what has been planned is accomplished. It turns from dream to reality to witness the dreams of the great Egyptians. The new administrative capital, the future of Egypt.
government, we are not able to cover the whole area, especially we have the second and third stage. So we need the private sector with us. And we choose in the first session for us here in the Expo, and the first mission, first delegation coming from Egypt, the most unique symbol for the investors. We have a lot of investors. As I mentioned, we have more than 400 projects working in this. It means more than 400 investors. And we intend to finish this project with a partnership, almost 50% of the works by the private sector. One of the most brightest symbol of our investor company called Safwa. We have Rami here representing on behalf of Safwa. And I invite you to be here, my colleague.
Thank you. Okay, of course, I'm very honored to attend today an event that could be the most important of all, especially in the field of urban development and the establishment of smart cities, the fourth generation cities. My name is Rami Rashad. I'm the sales director of Safwa Urban Developments. And I'm really very proud of being a part of such a company. I'm here today on behalf of our chairman of board of directors, Dr. Medhat Shalabi, who was unable to reach this meeting for reasons beyond his control. I'm really honored by the invitation given to us from the new administrative company represented by the General Mr. Ahmed Zaki Abdin and the General Mr. Khalid Al Husseini to our company representing all developers of such wonderful smart city, which exceeded really the imagination of the Egyptians themselves, which we called the new administrative capital. Here, I must inform people that General Ahmed Zaki Abdin is one of the most important men of the glorious October War. And I would like to take the advantage of this opportunity to congratulate the whole Egyptian people with the glorious October feasts. Okay, now I have to represent Safwa. Safwa Urban Developments Company was founded in 1996. That's nearly 25 years old, by Dr. Medhat Shalabi and Mr. Muhammad Shalabi, and it's expanded until it reached today 12 branches, including 4 of them established in Europe. One of the most important achievements in all this period is not only the number of projects we developed. In my opinion, the most important thing is the various kind of projects we done. So if we have a look in our presentation, we will see that the company developed not only the residential projects, but also the company previous work was including a group of tourism, administrative, commercial, and medical, and even educational projects. And reference to the strong conviction of our board to size and unique opportunities, and also to direct the company to participate in all modern national projects. With the first announcement made by the President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in Sharm el-Sheikh Economic Conference in 2015, and the announcement of the established of the new administrative capital, Safwa company was one of the first developers asking to participate in this large and huge and unique project. The company succeeded really in owning 5 plots of lands in the new administrative capital, with more than 100 acres for development in the new administrative capital. In cooperation with the largest engineering consultancy companies in Egypt and worldwide, we set the plans for 2 residential projects, one of them called Capital Heights 1, and this project was made on 50 acres. The second project was Capital Heights 2, which is 57 acres. The two projects are really excellent, located in the new administrative capital, where the 2 projects located in the investment zone, especially on the central axis of the new capital, which is a very, very unique location. Also, a number of commercial projects were being launched in the same area, the investor area in the new capital. These projects called Hub 1 and Hub 2. They are 2 strip malls, and they are very unique because they are occupied by many attraction points to attract the shoppers. We have studied that no mall could be a successful mall except we can attract the traffic to come to this mall, this commercial mall. So we have implemented in these malls a very, very unique features that maybe it will be the first time to be introduced in Egypt, something like the aquarium, which will be done on Hub 1, something else like the free flying center, and that will be occupied in Hub 2. These unique facilities could attract a lot of visitors to these malls, which make a huge traffic to these malls and will make the operation of the tenant mix will be fine as well. The last project that was launched in the new capital was the Financial Hub project, which is one of the most important commercial and administrative projects because it's located inside the only financial district in Egypt and just directly in front of the governmental district. The aim of developing this project is to provide the commercial and administrative services to a huge number of people present in this neighborhood. As I said a few minutes ago, the company is interested in participating in modern national projects. Safwa was not just only satisfying by participating on only the new capital, but also participated in a new project was called the New Mansoura City project. And this one also is from the 4th generation cities that extend directly over the Mediterranean Sea. And the participation of Safwa in this city was for a project with a land area of 60 acres. It's called the Pearl, by the way. The distinguished board of directors, in cooperation with the successful partners, the new administrative capital company, is interested in exporting the Egyptian real estate. that only is not taking place here in Expo Dubai 2020, as we have already done something earlier than that by participating with Mr. Khalid Al-Husseini as well, and it was the first introduction forum done for the new capital in Europe, and we have visited a lot of cities in Europe. Once we visit these cities and we have touched the real interest of the people to buy our assets, our real estate assets in the new capital, we just don't stop at having some visits like that, but also we have established, as I told you earlier, four branches for Safwa urban developments in Europe, like in the capital of France, Paris, and also the capital of Austria, which is Vienna. At the end of my speech, let me personally thank you and send to you especially the thanks of our board of directors. Safwa Urban Developments will go on to a success cooperation for a long time with the new administrative capital, and thank you a lot. Thank you.
Finally, I believe that, and to save your time, thank you very much again, to save your time, if you have any question, I'm the spokesman, I have my colleagues here. Of course, they're better than me in their specialist. But anyway, if you have any question about our project, about the Egyptian dream, about the new capital, we are ready to answer. If not, I would like to thank you very much for your time and for your coming. It means a lot for us. And that's all. So we can start if you have any question. We are ready. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, you have a question?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, please. Thank you. Ask question.
It was an impressive presentation, and I just wondered, because I arrived a little bit late, maybe I didn't capture the part about the mixer use area. So can you please give us more information of to what extent that area will be?
Yeah, thank you very much for your question. You know the method of our layout, or any layout, according to the city planning, okay, according to the engineering method, the open should have many activities, okay, as I mentioned, to attract many segments. And like in our urban, in our new capital, we have many projects. We have a residential projects, we have a commercial and administrative and educational and health, and every field we have an activity. What the meaning of the mixed use area? Mixed use area, this area which contains, or which gathering the many activities in one plot. I mean, if we talk about residential district, okay, it should be just residential districts, just housing units, and the services related to the people live there. So the major thing, the housing unit, but in the mixed use area, it should be gathering everything, the commercial, just building with the services, commercial building, just commercial activities, okay? And always like this. It's always like the first 2 floors or 3 floors, just commercial. And the rest, administrative. Administrative, what it means, administrative? It means it's gathering offices for the companies, for the airlines, medical, clinics, something like this, institutes for anything. This is the meaning of mixed use. You gather all activities in one area, commercial, administrative, educational, maybe residential also. This is the meaning, okay? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I would like to know that only Egyptian citizens can buy the property in Egypt, or anyone?
We don't have.
Any other
Yeah, thank you. We don't have our own law in the new capital. We are part of Egypt, of course, but, you know, let me tell you something. When the state, the Egyptian state, thought about this project, there is two kind of choice. The two choice to finish this project through the government, because we have a Minister of Housing, and this is their job. They're always doing the new urban. We have a 6th of October urban. We have a 10th of Ramadan. We have a new Alamein. We have many. So you can do the new. You can build the new urban. You start your new urban with the government, and you can start with a ACUD. And this is the first time in Egypt the government established a company to build this company. I know we didn't reach to your goal, to your point, but it's important for me. Why the state think about ACUD, Administrative Capital for Urban Development, our company? Why they established this company to finish this project, and they finished at the state many projects before? You know the government, you know the rules, you know the bureaucracies, okay? So to avoid all of these and to achieve this project with a perfect way, with a fast way, with the smoothest way of or procedures for investment, they choose to establish this company. Even they established this company to establish this community, but we didn't have our own law. So we are related to the Egyptian law. The Egyptian law in this case, it's allowed for the foreign people to be the owner of the lands in the Egyptian territory, not like here, for example, not like many countries, Saudi Arabia. It depends on, okay? But according to the Egyptian law, you can buy for a land, okay, and you will be the owner of the land lifetime, and you can give you this land after a long time to your son, your grandson, or whatever. Okay, so you will be the owner of the land forever. Okay. Any other question? Okay, thank you very much for your time, and again, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Shukran. Thank you. Shukran. Grazie. Merci. Have a nice day. Oh. Thank you, ma'am.